Hi, my name is Rowena and I am the designer for the Sojourner Travelers notebooks, planners, and other leather goods. In this video, I talk about how and what I'll be using as my work planner for the coming year. I want you to ignore the month because by the time you see this video, December is already almost over. I do hope that what you will glean out of this video is my thought process behind my layout. I tailored my setup in a bullet journal style, which has evolved since I began testing it this past October. For those of you who have been bullet journaling for a while now, you will find this very elementary. But for those who are new, this is bullet journaling in its most basic form. In future videos, I will share more layouts as my planner continues to evolve. I want to encourage you though that whatever system you end up using this year, that you tailor it to your own specific needs. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you for watching. Let me start by showing you what I am currently using. I am using a Sojourner Folio with a traveler pocket. That's the one with the scoop. And this is in the special leather. As I've mentioned before, when I choose my leathers, I like to choose ones with markings on it because to me that gives it a lot of character. And this leather actually wears nicely. See here in the back, it just marks up beautifully. I've had this for 2 months. And I just love how it's getting really a lot of character to it. So around September of every year, I typically will start thinking about what I'm going to use as far as a planning system or a journal. This year, I have been using an A5 Hobonichi, and frankly, when I'm in a coffee shop working, a lot of times I feel like there's not enough room in my little space. It's hard for me to keep my Hobonichi open so that I can jot things down as I'm working, okay? So for me, I just felt like, I wanted something a little bit smaller that's easy to just whip out and start writing in, put it off to the side, maybe keep it on my lap. And so then I will have more space for the other things that I have with me, like the computer and my pen pouch and things like that, or a book. And that's why I decided on trying out this size. And I have been using this since October, so it's been 2 months now, and I really, really liked it. I love the size of it. It just feels right. And also it doesn't add weight to my purse, since that's pretty important to me to keep as lightweight as possible. This is just very minimum weight in my bag. So this is the Field Notes Large, if you've never seen it before. And the size of it is, let's see, it's approximately 4 3/4 by 7.5 inches. So this is what it looks like. I choose the dotted. This first book is basically notes for the studio. As you can see here, I write notes, videos on what I'm going to be talking about, some notes about the video, ideas and drawings and things like that. I went ahead and marked off where I was going to put my lines for the calendar to make it easier on myself. Okay, so basically here from the top, I went on the 4th dotted line. On this side here, I went on the 3rd dotted line, and here I went on the 2nd dotted line from the bottom. Here I went to the very end, if you want to follow the same thing that I've done. I need to make the vertical and the horizontal lines, and what I do is I count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's here, and then I count this as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I mark it in pencil first That way, when I'm going and using my pen, I will know exactly where I'm supposed to go and I won't have to keep figuring it out. So that way I don't end up going on the wrong line because my counting is off. So this time I'm going to count down 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to put the days of the week right up here, borrowing this from my Hobonichi. And I'm going to be using this stamp set, which is my favorite stamp set, as well as this ink by Versa Magic. It is the Tea Leaves Multi-Surface Chalk Ink. Wow, I did that backwards. Oh well. So here I'm going to go ahead and start putting the actual dates. I used the green stamp, and I'm going to also use the green numbers because it's Christmas time. Now I'm going to use the 25th for Christmas in a different color so that I can, when glancing at this, know right away when the holiday is. Now what I do oftentimes for the days of the week, because it is stamped and it's hard to get it just right on here and straight, to trick the eye into making it not look like it's off, but make it look like it's more intentional, I often would put a rectangle around the days. And I'm going to use red since it is Christmas. And red and green are the typical colors. And then I'm going to take something that will encourage me, a saying of some sort that will encourage me during the month. See, this is why oftentimes I use an X-Acto blade when putting down my stickers, because the oils in your hands can make the glue on the sticker dull. There you go. It's pretty much ready. Oh, I wanted to go ahead and put, this is from Robyn of Art Journal Girl. I chose this one. She sent me a pack. They're really pretty. And I chose this one because it looks like it has Christmas trees. On this side, I'm going to put important dates to just kind of have a running track of what's going on for the month. I'm going to leave a little bit of room up here for the title, which is going to be, I'm just going to write down December. Okay, see, since the D got a little bit long and it looks a little bit odd being bigger than the other letters, I'm going to go ahead and put a line under this. You can also put a thin washi instead if you'd like. I could color it in, but maybe I won't. Maybe I will, because look at it, it's not even straight. It's kind of hard working a little bit above to make it in the frame here. So let me fix this. And yes, my perfectionist tendency is showing up here. Maybe I can put her there. I already know a couple of things that I need to add on here. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to go ahead and put a notes section, leave room for it, a 2-page spread where I can write notes of maybe what's going on in the studio, things I want to remember, short journal snippets and things like that. And so I'm going to leave these 2 pages empty for now, and I'm just going to basically write on here notes. So again, I pre-marked this in pencil. And what I did is I counted down the second dotted line from the top is where I start here. On the left side, I start right up against the first dot. And down here, it's the second one, just like here on the top. Now this last week, I also tried this, doing one of these in back of my weeks and using it for the studio work lists, but I realized that I really kind of didn't like it in the weeks. Reason being is because I have this other book that I used for work that I put notes on, again, like things I read or information that has to do with the studio. And I kind of want to keep everything in one place. And I knew that the weeks would be too small for me to use as a notes section for my work stuff. So yeah, so I decided I'm gonna use this because I like that it's all in one. It's a system that's all in one. So I can carry this as well as my weeks in my purse, and I think that'll work just best for me. So let's go ahead and do the dates now. Once again, I'm gonna use this color. This time I'm not going to put a box around the days because I kind of like it that way. It's not so crooked, and I kind of like the spontaneity of it all. And in here are basically going to be extra notes that I might have. I like to put a couple of stickers in my planner. And so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This is from Babette. Of a girl at a coffee shop working on her computer. Wonder who that could be. Just gonna put her here on the corner. And then as the days go by, I may put some other things here. We'll see. Same thing in here. I'm gonna mimic the font that I used here. There you go. That's it. If you recall, I had mentioned that I wasn't going to put a box around these words, but I decided to put some bullet marks because when I began to write stuff, I noticed, of course, stuff is in black. All the other letterings were in green. And so I thought, well, might as well do the bullet, pulling some black into that. And also I went ahead and took my finger and ran it with my ink, and I just did that to kind of give it the green pulling from these greens. So there you go. Very simple planning, very utilitarian. And so I hope that you have gleaned some things that you might want to do with your own planners. So thank you for watching. And as usual, keep on documenting life as it happens. Bye-bye. Which has evolved since I began testing it this past October. Which has evolved since I for those who have been bullet journaling for a long time, you will find this very elemental. I kept messing up.